And we're live, I think. Just like every week. We might or
Is
might
this thing on?
not. Who knows? Seeing if
I
the
hate
TV
it.
is going to work for me tonight.
It's working for me.
Good. Make sure you mute it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's working on the TV. Cool. So, welcome to the second live stream of the year. Make sure you pop in the chat and let us know you're here. We've updated some inventory yep, Zach's here. Updated inventory just a few minutes ago, so if you were waiting on a C1 leafer, if you were looking for high-low accessory mounts or sliders, those are on there now.
Oh, yeah.
There's still pro skids and mini skids on there now. They're still kicking around in there. I have a mess of Hibby made rotors in stock now. These are purples. I have purple. I have black.
The purple's
I
cool.
have
That's a good
blue.
anodize.
Yeah, it is. The blue is really cool too. Red. The red and the pink are fairly close to each other looking, but in hand they're definitely different. Gold, green,
Is that more colors
and
than normal?
winch hooks to match.
Is that the normal colors? Or is there more?
Winch hooks to match.
Nice. You might as well pick up a winch hook.
Yeah. I don't have the brass, actual brass rotors, but other than that, I've got everything.
I was gonna. It's too late now, but I was gonna tell you maybe Wednesday on the C1 Leafer. But if you're tuning in, here's your early access. Congrats, everybody! So, C1 Pro Leafers, go get them.
Well, you didn't tell me that, so I went ahead and added them to inventory anyway.
That was just purely in my head until just now.
Yeah.
That thought was living in my mind. Should have DSMs next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, it sure didn't take long for somebody to ask that question, huh?
Was that DSMs? Did I miss that?
No. Where's all the SCX24 parts?
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I see it. Darling.
There's a bunch of SCX24 parts right in front of me here.
So we were bouncing around this idea. If Brett makes that, you guys are going to be building a lot. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's definitely a labor-intensive thing. I see my camera keeps freezing, and I keep getting a internet connection pop up. So if I keep freezing, I'm sorry. My internet's not doing so hot tonight, apparently. I need an SCX24 chassis, angled and flat skid. This is an angled skid, and it's very far forward. The center of the skid is like right here on this truck. So it's very far forward. It's pretty custom. There's not really a whole lot of bolt-on it. It is modeled after the high-low. I took the high-low. I measured the length that I wanted this chassis to be, and I just scaled the high-low down and then had to move things around to make it fit, basically. But took the whole front of the chassis off in front of where the shocks mount and stretched the rear. And, yeah.
I think it looks good. I do approve.
Yeah. I used the factory Velcro mount in the front, and I used the factory hinge in the rear. And you can see it's high-low base. This is just 3D printed. I have carbon fiber and I have the bits to cut it. I just haven't done that yet. I haven't gotten to drive it yet because I haven't made wheels yet. But yeah, we'll see. This may not get done this week. May end up being next week. I got to design and
I thought
make
you
a
were
set
going to
of
say
wheels.
this year. I was like, oh no.
I mean,
it's not outside the realm.
yeah, it's I said if it doesn't climb the waterfall, out of here.
It's indoor season, so now is the season.
Yep. Hibby came up on Friday.
Couldn't get up the
Those of,
waterfall.
now, those of you who don't know, the waterfall in my shop is named Hibby Falls after one of our team drivers because he struggled like hell for a while to get up it, and he got 2 different trucks up it when he was here. He got his Class 2 truck up, and he got his flatline VRD carbon up it.
Nice.
So you're saying you'll never make wheels? No, I'm not saying that at all. Yeah.
Hey, I'm catching DMs now about wheels. This is becoming a problem.
I know. They're on the list, but like I said, there's been a long list. There's been a long list of production contract parts for some one-to-one companies that are paying the bills. So that's what's running on the lathe. It's super simple parts. It's couldn't be easier parts. It just runs all day long.
And then I'm dropping more stuff on you.
Yeah.
Basically, you should just be living at the shop, I think, is what needs to happen.
I've been here since 7:15 this morning, and it's 8:07 now. So, what links did I use? I made my own. I bought 2mm titanium and some Amazon rods. I tacked them, or used a thread die on them, and made my own links.
It does hardcore make 24 scale links. I don't do 24 scale, so I have not searched. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I said, I think if you complete that, you're gonna twist. It's gonna twist my arm enough to buy one. Actually,
Well,
I know exactly where I can find that same G part body and probably get a
well,
pre.
this is the stock
Not a hard
Lexan.
body. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say if it twists your arm enough to build one, only buy the body because you're gonna throw the rest of the truck away.
It's kind of like when we did the Traxxas truck. I mean, wait,
Yes.
did I say that? The
Compatible with
compatible with Traxxas
yeah,
stuff thing.
compatible with TRX4 stuff.
4X MT. We gotta like we have to like flip the logo, invert the
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah, mirror it so it's not the same logo.
Saps it.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm still waiting on links for the pace setter and Oracle.
The
I ordered a batch of front upper links. I ordered a decent sized batch of those, and it's going on a couple of weeks now. So been getting a bunch of messages and emails about that. Hopefully in the next week or so. If I don't have shipping confirmation yet, so it's hard to say a exact date on those. Speaking of links, I just caught my eye.
If the demand for links weren't high before, they definitely are now.
Yeah. Yeah, so only guy out there making links now. There's plenty of other littler guys that make links. RC 4x4 Stainless is one. I think is still in business. TNT Customs I think is still cranking out links. I mean, there's a bunch of littler guys that are doing it. I mean, realistically, in the works hasn't been making links for a year, pretty much. So
True. Yeah.
yeah. Which
Um.
the plot thickens quite a bit, and the sale in the works too. So that's
Would you call it
uh-oh.
a joint venture or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully my camera came back. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, supposedly there was like 4 or 5 different deals involved in the potential purchase of In the Works that all kind of bit the dust at the same time.
What kind of sucks is it seems like all the businesses that do end up passing hands, they're all like super cool people going to super cool people, and it usually seems seamless. This is
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've heard of one that's kind of disruptive, or I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like it turned real sketchy real fast, and a lot of people were like, "Nope, I'm not dealing with your sketchy ass." So
It's kind of a shame when money has that effect.
yeah, somebody was posting on Facebook claiming that In the Works is under new ownership. They were posting as In the Works, but they wouldn't reveal who they were. So maybe it sold, maybe it didn't. Who knows?
Elon Musk bought it. It's going to be X Links.
Yeah. My
um,
my Wi-Fi is like real shit tonight. Sorry, everybody.
um, so there's like a wind advisory. I can hear stuff like howling out there. So hopefully my stuff stays good. But if it just goes black, um, I'll jump
Yeah.
into the comments and reassure everybody we're good.
Yeah. I can. It is also windy here. I can hear over my headphones. There's a big billboard like right outside the overhead door here, a gigantic billboard, and I can hear it banging like over my headphones. So it is pretty windy here too. I remember when that guy bought DCW. That was sketchy. That was about the easiest transaction I've ever had in my entire life. I don't even remember what I paid. I don't even remember what I paid for DCW. I think it was like $250 or something like that. Basically, I sent some random dude on the internet $250, and he's like, "Here's a website, and here's all my files. Have a nice day." I'm like, "Cool. I don't know what to do with it, but all right. Glad I know now." Yeah, whatever.
I think
I
I
just
still
hope
have
nobody
some of
actually
the.
got. I just hope nobody actually got taken in this entire deal with this
Yeah.
other company. So
I think I still have some original DCW stickers. I think when I run out of stickers, I kind of sprinkle those into circulation. So if you do get some, those are OG.
yeah,
Save
like
them.
real
Don't.
OG.
Yeah.
I haven't made it there. He had so many stickers that I have not made a single sticker for DCW, and I bought it in 2015. So, like, we're 9 years deep, and I still have a stack of stickers too. So, had a good snow here today in South Dakota. Got about 10 inches. Time to get the blizzard out. Wow. I don't. We were. The path of the storm keeps changing, and now they're saying that it's basically going to go south of us. So we're probably going to get like I think they said 1 to 2 inches tonight and into tomorrow morning, and that's going to turn back to rain tomorrow afternoon. So, but by the weekend, it's supposed to be down in like the highs are supposed to be like 10, 11, 12 degrees, something like that. So
I think someone at work was saying 20s for us next week. I shuddered.
that's cold as shit for you.
I know they're gonna tell us not to come to work, and they're gonna tell us don't leave your house.
Yeah. Slick and snowy roads Tuesday AM and Wednesday AM. 2 to 4 inches of snow tomorrow. Less than 1 inch of snow Wednesday. But like Monday, the high is 16 and the low is like 8. But it says bitter cold, lake effect snow, sub-zero wind chills.
Sounds
So
fun.
next Monday, my internet might not work either.
If it's that cold there, how cold is it where Scale Builders Guild is?
Well, so they are the. I think he's probably going to get absolutely blasted with snow because the storm is like rotating around us. Like the
The
center of the
polar
rotation is like coming
vortex.
across us and it's going up to him. Because he's like realistically, I could probably get to Matt's. Not taking out the time for border crossing. It's probably a 6-hour drive to get to Matt in Canada.
It's feasible.
Yeah.
You should probably return his 4x4E or 4xe. You've been borrowing that for a few months now.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it around here yet.
I
Speaking of
saw
Jeep,
one. I saw one the other day, and I was like, hmm.
yeah. Speaking of Jeep, my Jeep has been slowly breaking. It's got 190,000 miles on it, so it needs some daily driver maintenance. And so, like a couple weeks ago, one of the little plastic bushings on the windshield wiper transmission broke, so only the driver's side wiper was working. All right, whatever.
Oh, nice.
So, but you have to take the entire wiper cowl, or you take the entire cowl off to get the wiper transmission out. Which, okay, whatever, no big deal. And then the bushing on the transfer case shifter broke, so the transfer case cable was just kind of flopping there. You couldn't put it in 4-wheel drive. Okay, cool. To get the transfer case cable off, you have to pull the center console. Okay, go to take the first bolt out of the center console, it breaks off in the work. Cool. Drill and tap that out. All right, fine. Then the radiator started leaking, so I had to put a
Oh,
radiator in
come on.
it. Then the rear lower links, the bushings were getting pretty sloppy, so I had to put rear lower links in it. So over the last week and a half, I've had to put like $1,200 worth of daily driver parts on my Jeep, which is annoying. Wish I should have just bought a Lexus and beat the piss out of one of those instead.
I. Oh no, I did kind of put it on my story. I did. So right before, actually, it was 2 days before my trip out west. I went to do my oil change, and I had tire play from 3 to 9, and I found my inner tie rod. One of them was like probably fine, but the other one had some play. I'm thankful those share the same, I believe the same rack. I don't know if it's the exact part number as the 5th-gen 4Runner. So inner tie rods, cheap.
Hmm.
And it took me a whole 40 minutes maybe with the rack in the truck, taking the tires off. Dude, um, the only downside of that was, would you believe no one wants the cheapest or fastest alignment ever? I went to 2 places. One person was like, that's lifted. We could only do toe." And I'm like, "Nothing seized up. Like it's factory spec." I was like mad. I was like, "Can I borrow your rack? This will take me 20 minutes tops."
Yeah.
And then I went to the place they sent me to, and they're like, "Oh, we're about a week out," and I'm like, "Dude, this is like a 30-minute deal." So I
Yeah.
finally got in at a place because I was leaving the next day. It was one of those things. I was that guy, but like
Yeah.
an alignment's like I loved alignments when I was at the dealer. Bam, bam, out.
Yeah.
But like skilled technicians, man, are like hard to come by. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah. Got about an inch and a half in eastern Montana over the weekend. Currently 3 degrees out. Ugh.
Oh, who is that?
Uh,
RC Performance. Jesus. Oh my god.
got super cold coming next week. It's 25 here now, but lows around minus 15. Gross. Minus 15 C by the end of the week. Yeah, that's about what it's going to be here.
Ugh.
There you go, Adam. That's what I'm talking about. 54 degrees and sunny. Now it's going to be down to 33 in the morning and snowing. I am really looking forward to Southern California in like 17 days. I'm leaving on the 24th. I think we leave the 24th. So I'll be in Southern California sometime the evening of the 25th, assuming we
Man,
just drive straight, which I'm sure we will.
I I wish I checked my um PTO due to the current situation at my work. I don't have any PTO to do King Hammers. Sorry.
Well, you weren't even planning on still being employed there, so
Um, so the deal is, if I hang out, be a good noodle, I get 2 months pay at the end of the deal. So I don't know how much I can disclose, but I don't think that's anything crazy. But um, I'm not trying to push boundaries if because I feel like they'll try and wiggle out of that. I don't know what's going on.
yeah,
Well, I do know what's going on. I'm just trying to be a good noodle. I would like that 2 months free pay. That'd be kind of
yeah,
nice. I got a
yeah.
I got a truck I'd like to pretty much pay off at that point. That'd be ideal.
Right. David, no, I will not be going to NorCal. I will strictly be in Johnson Valley, where I will have absolutely zero cell signal for approximately 10 days, and I will love every possible second of it. And if you want to come down to King of the Hammers, you can find me somewhere down there.
Um, Josh, it is in writing. We're told not to sign it until our like last day, but we do have stuff in writing.
Adam asked what you do for work.
I used to build electric semis. Again, I don't know how much I can disclose.
Yeah, yeah,
It's kind of hush hush. I mean, I don't know. I think if you Google search, um, I don't think the market's that big. So
yeah.
you can
Like
probably find what you need
hybrid,
to find.
yeah, hybrid electric semis.
But I might be going back to the classic Land Cruiser shop. I got a few options. That one, I just get along with those dudes over there, so that might be where I end up. Um, I've also tossed around the idea of moving to like North New Mexico. There might be some Colorado contenders. I don't know. The world's my oyster. I don't know. I do
Yeah,
know, but I don't know. I'm open to options,
yeah.
but
Um, yeah. If at this point you could really just about choose anywhere. So if you're tired of Texas, you know,
it's so Austin. I like Austin, but if I had to move out too much further out of Austin, I might as well just be done with this because to travel, it is like 7 hours to get out of the state, no matter what direction you go.
Yeah.
Which is the only annoying thing. I can do the heat. Actually, I had in my like writing app. I did the most writing in March and August, and those are some of the coldest and some of the hottest parts of the year. So I mean, I do find in like pretty robust, I guess, in terms of handling temperatures.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I was looking at northern New Mexico geographically. It makes sense. Cali's 10 hours. Um, Alpine Loop in Colorado is 5 hours. Moab's 6 hours. So I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I got options.
Yeah. To answer the question on the screen, I would say it depends on what transmission you want to run. I personally ran a mini skid on mine, but if you want to run a pro skid, you can mount the 2-point low in it. Look at that stash. He only films short form because it only takes a couple of seconds, so it's not real well known. Just super short clips.
30 seconds or less. They're actually reels.
Yeah, they're reels. Yeah. I'll be jealous when you're there, but watching on my couch. Watching on your couch is the best place to actually watch the race if you want to watch the race, because seeing it in person, you can only see so much of it, and the cars do get spread out. So like if you go to a rock section, you wait there for 3 hours, 2 hours before the car comes through, and you stand there and watch one car go through, one car go through, one car go through. You don't really see any action unless somebody rolls over in front of you. But watching it on TV or watching it on YouTube or whatever with all the multi-camera angles, you can really kind of keep track of what's going on instead of just watching one obstacle.
So I've always wanted to go to the Baja 1000, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it's going to be.
Yep.
I'm just going to be sitting there obliterated out of my mind or dehydrated, both. A little bit of everything. And I'm like, oh, there's a car coming.
Hang on. All right. There's a guy standing in front of my door.
You got any of those DCW wheels?
Man, go on. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm just being goofy. I get a DR350 and a KDX 220. Okay. I like off-road, and I was admiring your little panorama there. I know that you guys are big into doing up four-wheelers. Looks like you got a CNC.
What a strange turn of events.
I'm a motorhead geek, and so I'm just being a goofy old guy going to the Gotcha. Well, I'm actually doing a live stream on YouTube right now, so I gotta get back at it. But oh, very cool. Is he teaching somebody something? Yeah. Cool. Dude.
I swear to God, like the most random shit. It's 8:30 and it's 8:30 at night, and this dude's out there in his freaking bibs and with an umbrella, standing at my front door like this, looking in. Like, get the fuck out of here! I closed at 5. It's 8:30 p.m. Get out of here, man.
We're shooting reels.
I said, I'm like, dude, I'm live on YouTube right now. You got to go. Like, what do you? Do people do that? They just walk up to random businesses that are closed in the middle of the night and look in the window.
I mean, I do that.
So last Monday, right when we were getting off of here, that car pulled up. I have the curtains closed in front of the big window, so I could see the headlights, and I saw their dome light come on, and the dome light was on for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then I heard the door close just as I was getting to the door, and they backed out and left the same way they came in. So like did they get out and check the doors on my Jeep? Because they parked right next to my Jeep, and it was the only vehicle in the parking lot. So, like, were they trying to get into my Jeep, or were they trying to steal my Jeep, or I don't know, random shit, dude.
They're gonna take your cowl off and
And fix the wipers
replace
for
your
me.
yeah.
I already did
They're
that.
like, man, I'm pretty sure this is the Jeep that's been one arm in it across town. I gotta fix this thing.
Yeah.
It's bugging me.
Yeah. I did. I fixed it though. It works now. I just don't understand, man. The most random shit. Like, now I need to turn my cameras on and make sure this dude's not wandering around out back looking at shit too. Like, you'd think I'm in Sacramento, right, Josh? Fucking parted out Lambos sitting on the side of the road. Did you see Josh's story with the Lambo sitting there?
No, I'm hearing stuff tumble around the parking lot, and it
Oh,
sounds
that's cool.
local to where I park my truck. I'm gonna have to go out and see what's up. It's my turn.
Yeah. Where's Theron with the how many times I got up out of my chair count? Because that's one. I run people off at 11 p.m. looking through and trying the doors at the college I work at. Again, why are people trying to get into the college at 11 p.m.? Like, Lambo on blocks. It was on Jacks. I would have I would have taken blocks down there and gotten the Jacks.
Actually,
Lambo was just down the street. Yeah.
screw the wheels. Take the brakes off that thing.
Yeah.
You know how much brakes are on those? Well, depending on Lambo, but
Yeah. Basically, I have to keep someone at our shop 24 hours a day. I mean, it sucks. Like, there's not a whole lot in this shop that. There's a lot of stuff in this shop that's valuable, but there's not a whole lot of stuff in this shop that you could get out of here in a fucking hurry. Like, I don't know. The one thing that is irreplaceable in this shop is Grandpa's car, but other than that, that's about the only thing you're even going to be able to get out of here. But even that's going to take a while because it's up on a lift and in the back corner, and you got to move both motorcycle lifts and everything to get it out of there. So it would take you longer than the 6 minutes that it takes me to get here from home for you to get that car out of here.
they're eyeballing the RC cars behind you.
Take them, please. Solve a lot of problems. I can hear shit flying around outside of your house on my headphones.
There's also small children screaming. It's dark. I don't know what's going on out there, man.
Yeah.
There's weird times out here. I don't know. Yeah.
It's a 55 Bel Air convertible. All original car. Except engine and trans. Not numbers matching, but otherwise original car. Factory top, factory paint, rust free, nice car. Grandpa passed away in I think 07. The car's been parked since probably 04. So it's time to get it back out on the street and cruise around a little bit. I don't know if there's anything to go look at. Maybe have you seen all the videos of the stuff going on in Miami? The gigantic shadowy figure.
The 10-foot aliens.
Is that happening?
Somebody.
Is that happening in Austin now?
Yeah, they're peeking up into my window over here.
Yeah.
Hey, alien, get out of here! I'm doing a live stream, man.
Yeah, like, go get. What the fuck are you doing, dude? No, he's like face planted against my window with his hands, like. I'm right here.
Right.
I'm 15 feet from the door. He's staring right at me. I'm like,
there's lights on him there. He has to see in that window perfectly fine. You don't need to do the
Yeah.
Oh man,
Who
weird
knows?
times.
We'll see
I
if he
was
walks
just,
back by.
I was relieved it wasn't like a disgruntled homeless man. Hey, you
I
got
mean,
$5?
if I'm honest, he looked like it. I mean, he was
Looked
in
like a disc.
he was in like blue coveralls and old school knit beanie hat, like white gray beard, carrying
Undercover
an
bum.
umbrella. Yeah, like carrying an umbrella. It's not even raining or snowing outside. Like I don't know what he's gonna do with the umbrella.
He's gonna Mary Poppins it out of here.
I guess I don't know.
You probably could over here. That wind, I don't know if I've heard the wind howl like that over here. Not since I've lived here anyway.
Um, I told Josh he said he's gonna potentially be at Hammers for a day. I told him I'm gonna bring my VRD. I'm gonna try to get some video. I was gonna fly out, fly home, but now I'm driving out, flying home. So
I'm driving the toter.
yeah,
Ooh.
it adds 8 days to my trip, but I didn't want to be gone that long, but it works out better for everybody if I do it that way. So
Sure.
I guess I'll be a team player and drive the toter home out there.
You're gonna drive it out there, set up the tent all by yourself. How
Nope.
large is that
I'm
thing?
not.
That thing looks huge.
The tent is 25 foot wide off the side of the trailer, and it's 56 feet long.
Jeez.
And then the other toter and trailer is 20 by 72.
I'm gonna request that you bring that to Crawlapalooza. We could just encase the course. I think I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
yeah. The problem is, well, it's not a problem, but the hardest part about setting up a tent is the truck and trailer have to be straight and level with each other because there's crossbars and tubes that connect the trailer and the truck for the canopy to slide through to connect everything. So if the truck and trailer are like off kilter from each other, or like one, they're angled or whatever,
Yeah,
forget it. You ain't getting
not
it put up.
happening.
So, but yeah, that's we had to put the tent up to the. It's a menagerie, so there's 2 toters and 2 trailers, and we'll call the white toter. The white toter has a black wrapped trailer, and those went together. And my one buddy bought the toter, and my other buddy bought the trailer. Then they each bought the opposite pieces from elsewhere. So you have a new toter with the old trailer, and you have the old toter with a new trailer, and we are having to put all the awning stuff mix and match so that this trailer and new truck have all the same hardware, and this old trailer and new truck have all the same hardware. So we had to put up both and install hardware on the trucks and trailers and make sure it was all straight, whatever. So that turned into a entire menagerie, and I'm sure that the neighbors were like, "What in the actual hell do these people do for a living?" Because there's 2 80-plus foot long toters and stackers with full like NHRA style awnings all set up in the backyard behind the shop. Like,
That's a lot.
it's a lot, yeah. So, but Sean's got his all set up, Matt's got his all set up, and everything should fit and work now. I hope. Guess we'll find out when we get to the lake bed. 6x6 chassis, and today, no, not today. Do you want to talk about your snafu?
So I'm speculating they're my fault, but I'm speculating there's a couple prototypes. So the first 6x6 I designed, I was doing a super short skid. I think two of those have worked their way into just the stack that I have for stock. So those are shipped. So might see some stuff on the might see some stuff later on. I don't know, but I do have more 6x6s on their way, but not currently in stock. I don't know, kind of a whatever.
Yeah.
Kind
And
of
then it was
fun,
brought.
fun way to start the year.
Oh, so speaking of fun way to start the year, so Tuesday, last week, the 2nd, was the first working day of the year for me here, and a customer who I've known for like 15 years brings in this freshly chromed top triple clamp for his Victory motorcycle. This guy sends stuff. He buys brand new parts and then sends them and gets chrome because they weren't offered in chrome or whatever. He just likes chrome. He likes black and chrome. So he needed handlebar bushings pressed in to the top triple clamp. No big deal. Job I've done thousands of times. In fact, I had just done that job on another tree that's still here. The tools were still on my workbench to do the job. No big deal. So I take the part and make sure there's no chrome down in the bore of where the bushings go. It's great. Whoever chromed it, taped it off nice. Cool. Pressed the bushings in. They went right in. Didn't have to, not really pressing on it really hard or anything. Hand him his part back. He pays his $20. And we're standing there bullshitting. And he's like, hey, we got a problem. A problem? I must not have gotten the press plate completely underneath the part. Where the forks go through, there's a slice to be able to pinch the fork.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was like twisted up and bent. I'm like, that's cool. I didn't even notice it. I didn't see it. I didn't notice it. He watched over my shoulder the whole time. Never said he never saw it either. So, I don't know. Maybe I didn't even bend it, but chances are I did. So I tried bending it back, which cracked the chrome. So I had to order him a new piece, which the part itself is $650. And then the handlebar bushings are $50 a piece, and there's two of them. And I have to send it to California to be chromed. So realistically, probably cost myself $1,000 on the very first job of the year. That would have been a $20 handshake and a have a nice day type of fucking bill. End up costing me $1,000 instead.
Love
So
it.
that's super awesome. Yeah. So you're not the only one that made a little mistake. Also, it was brought to my attention by Wesley that I had the wrong picture on the website for the angled high-low sliders. For like the last, year? 10 months?
Yeah. I don't know. Turns out a lot of our customers read the description well. So I was
Yeah.
like, man, I was like, surprised I haven't had like many more.
My bad.
We're getting our stuff together, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, my bad. See, last week they also the VRD stance ready to run was released from Vanquish.
I'm gonna need one of those.
I'm going to need one of those green bodies is what I'm going to need. So I've heard they're going to be available separately. I'm going to need one of those. Not super happy with the paint job I did on my... God dang it.
Intruder?
Yep. No, my internet camera went away again. I'm not super happy with the paint job I did on mine, so I'll just buy the pre-painted one so I don't have to mess with it. It can only get better from here. That's kind of, dude, when you make a mistake like that, like, and it is a stupid mistake, and it's a simple mistake to make. You know, like I said, this is a job I've done 1,000 times. The tools were still on the bench. The press was still set up from the last one I did. I didn't even have to change like how the press was set up. So, like, you just think about it. You sit down and you're just like, man, did I really just do that? Like, that's the dumbest shit I've done all year. It's only the second, so whatever. I guess I got plenty of months to make other stupid ass mistakes. But the customer, thankfully, it's a customer I've had for a long time, and he's understanding, and he's just kind of like, well, it is what it is. I know you're going to take care of it, so he wasn't mad about it. He's just like, damn, I really wanted to put his bike back together today. Like, well, it's going to be a little while because we have to order a part that is for a bike that got discontinued in 2016. The brand got discontinued in 2016. So buying another brand new part and then sending it out to get chromed. Super
I know
cool.
it's riding season up there too.
That's thankfully that's, he just didn't want the bike torn apart in the middle of his garage floor still, but
sure, yeah.
Whatever. Green bodies will be up tomorrow. Nice. Yeah. Well, so hopefully that's my most expensive mistake of the entire year. I hope I don't have any worse ones than that. Do you have, how many of those front accessory trays do you have?
Let me. Yeah, make me get up. I know I have plenty of the aluminum. I don't know how many. Oh, I have. I have 7 right here. I think I have more over there. But I don't have these drilled and tapped yet. So these aren't my most fun thing to do because there's 4 vertical and 4 horizontal holes, and each one gets drilled and then tapped. So that's 16 per piece. So when I get like 30 of these or 40 of these, I'm just like 16 times 40. I'm like, all right, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm not the fastest on those. I'd rather do the DSMs, but I'll get some done.
I need some of those.
Just so everyone knows, I haven't been slacking. I did 15 of the creeper trays today. Been all those, and I did 15 of the Tulo trays. I'm going to throw them in the tumbler. So they're cool and shiny, but on the backside there's some little burrs. So the tumbler will take those burrs off, but on the downside you're gonna get like a matte finish. So those will probably be on the site Wednesday. I'll probably throw those in the tumbler tonight, maybe let them go overnight. And then that'll be per batch, so that's at least like a day of just solid vibratory tumbler rocking around on the floor.
Yeah.
And then also, I did about 10 more of the angled sliders and 10 more sets of the 0 degree ones. So I think in total I got like 20 of the 0 degree. Which I normally I have like a few that are like not bent right, but I'm kind of on the ball this go around. I don't think I had one set that was out of spec, I guess you could say. So
Nice.
I was focused. I was in the game.
Well, that's a plus.
Yep. I figured with all these 6x6 and DSM goofing, I better get something right lately.
Yeah.
I can't ruin the whole beginning of the year entirely.
Yeah. So we talked 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago about the team driver applications, and we did select some new team drivers, and we did update the team. We did not grow our team. We had some cuts, and we had some additions, but I don't think we grew the team at all, did we?
I think one.
Okay, one.
Yeah, no, we went through the apps. A lot of cool people. And then again, we do get the typical "I've never ran your frame" type stuff, which
Yeah.
now to be in like our team, I'm usually running by because I'm not on like Facebook a whole lot. I'll usually reference people to the team, be like, is this guy local to anybody? Is he just a solid guy? Is he what we're gonna look for? Is he like a good contributor to the community? So it's not super tough, but we do have some, we do have like needs and expectations of who we bring on. So I think we brought on 3 or 4 new people and one original team driver that was there, I think, in the first year.
Yeah.
We did teams. So I think this year we got some pretty solid guys. A good mix of like social media and just straight drivers. We don't just pick driver like wheelmen. We like a good like assortment. So
Yeah.
I think we got a good, excellent. This would probably be our strongest team I think we've had in a while. So
Yeah.
that's the hopes anyway. See who slacks off now they made the cut.
Right. Zach, I just texted Chris from TGH to see. I haven't heard, but I also haven't looked.
He
It
better be.
may have already been announced, and I just didn't see it. But I just texted him to see. Have you ever tried a paint shaker with blasting material in a can to take the burr off? That sounds really loud.
So I use a vibratory tumbler. I think Brett, you have the same one, the blue.
Yeah.
It could be a paint shaker. It's not like a rotary style. It just like without making a sound where it just vibrates. Yeah, I think it mimics with the soap or the solution in there, and then the ceramic material I put in there. I think it mimics just like thousands of waves, like if you like how beach tide or beach waves smooth out rock, just kind of like mimics that.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. No groundbreaking burr machines here.
Yeah. Well, and the more material, the more media you have in there, and the more soapy water, for lack of a better term, And the tighter you get the lid, the quieter it is.
Yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, I was just running medium and no
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
And then I told you my original tub got cracked.
Hmm.
So now I put water in it. It's really quiet.
Yeah.
And that
I
soap
don't.
solution keeps the because I was happening to scrub all the pieces down after I pull them out because they have that powder, that fine. But that water and soap solution keeps everything. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I had it.
Lube.
Not lubed, suspended. It keeps all that stuff suspended off the piece. So um, just kind of rinse off the piece real quick with water, and you're good to go. Let them dry out. Um,
Yeah.
a lot more efficient than what I used to be doing, but that's kind of how it is when you bring in new finishing processes to stuff.
Yeah. I keep looking at the door, making sure there's no hobos out there.
Y'all get any of those 1.9 wheels? I used to race four wheelers. Come on, man, just get out of here. Go bugging me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm live on YouTube. Don't you know I'm famous? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There's 42 people watching right now.
Yeah.
Would you just
Yeah.
leave me alone?
I'm trying to keep 42 people entertained for 2 hours. Get out of
It's
here.
pretty difficult. Oh man.
Mm.
Are you checking the TV? Mine is loading.
I turned the TV off.
Oh, that's what it was.
I
The
was
dude just wanted to watch TV.
I was trying to preserve internet bandwidth and turn the TV off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It did just pop up and say connection is unstable. Now it says connection is fairly good. I don't know. This my internet connection's about as stable as my mental health. It comes and goes.
It needs to be as steady as your workload.
Whew. Yeah, that'd be pretty solid. Yeah, no problem, Zach. Hopefully you text me back before the end of the stream.
Live action.
Haven't seen Schumann on the stream in a couple weeks. It's surprising. He's probably busy too, I guess.
Where's my $2?
Right. So the hard lines are selling pretty good. Haven't sold very many of the flat lines. Apparently, people aren't wanting to class 1 the VRD right yet. And I don't know. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that you have to add additional parts with the CMS stuff too, or if people just don't really care about the class 1.
Josh.
We've sold a handful. It's not like they aren't selling at all, but definitely not as much as the hardline is.
Josh should hook it up on about 20 of the CMS kits, and we could just add that to the cost. Bam.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I could sign up to be a Vanquish dealer, or I could have Ryan at Hobbytown order the parts, the CMS stuff through A-Main or wherever, and get them that way if I wanted to. But
realistically, what we did them for?
Yeah.
I think the one and done appeal. Sorry, would make it more interesting. I don't know. The people will chime in, comment. Do you want a whole CMS kit with the flat line?
Yeah. Love my high-low, pulling some awesome lines. Nice. Thanks, Rusty's. How much do you think? How much will orders pick up as people get tax returns?
I don't know. Do the analytics reflect that?
I don't know. I can look back and see. I guess I don't normally notice.
I don't. I don't think I.
We typically release new product though, like every month or every other month. So we typically see a spike every time we drop a new product. So it's kind of hard to say whether it's tax return money or just new product money.
Yeah.
What usually makes a spike is like previous years when the new rules would get released, because nobody would want to build a new truck until the rules were out and they could make sure it was going to be legal. So, like as soon as the rules would come out, then we'd see, for the next week or so, we'd see some pretty decent orders, but otherwise it stays pretty steady. Yes, Zach, exactly that. I don't get tax returns anymore.
I think I get diddly.
Yeah.
Like, I think the last year's tax return I got, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
I filed, got it, and I was like, all right, I'm not even going to notice this hit my bank account.
Yeah. Just ordered a full party mullet. Can't wait to get it. Anyone ever run Leafs on CP43s? I don't know if anybody would Leafs on CP43s, but if there's a set of leaf spring mounts for it, then go for it.
Dakota, that just hit the. I just got that out UPS today after work. By the way,
I haven't updated tracking numbers yet.
yeah, I
That'll
mean,
be in the morning.
I just emailed that to you like 2 hours ago. So
Yeah. That'll be first thing tomorrow morning. I got to go through, and I think I've got 5 or 6 orders from today and yesterday that I didn't get to today. I'll get to tomorrow and be 100% caught up.
yeah,
I think there's really only been like a couple of days since Black Friday that like we were only one day off. Like,
yeah,
normally we usually ship the same day or next day usually, but sales have been pretty decent since right before Black Friday. So
yeah. The only time I get bogged down is the was that C1 leafer. Those took me a minute. That was a lot of stuff. Um, which, if you're listening, some more of those just hit the site. But I'll probably announce that Wednesday. So unless you tell all your friends, you guys hear it here first.
yeah,
Hibby, I might have some things I'll be sending Brett, so don't you worry. Which Brett I can probably mail those out maybe Wednesday. I think I got I don't know, how many do you want?
as many as you want to send.
Okay. I'll double check, make sure, see if they pass quality. But I'll send you the ones that I don't have confidence in.
Yeah.
So to update everyone.
RC Performance Mods. Yeah, your order should probably ship tomorrow. Speaking of Flatline, one just sold to a friend in Canada.
Oh wait, is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Pop up.
Yeah. A builder in Canada just bought a Flatline.
Of the scale variety.
A builder in Canada. But yeah, if you want to send me whatever on the DSMs, and I'll put brass inserts in them. And
so what had happened is I have all the 3D printed stuff. I have 2 files. One I upload to Shapeways, and then the other ones we get made. The tolerances are minute, but they're enough. So I have 2 files. Well, I had ordered 40 of the wrong file. So I have these DSMs that the holes vary. That's why I usually drill and tap them like by hand. So I have a whole stack over here. I'm having the Brett syndrome to where invested some money into might be some salvageable parts, but I know Brett, you have the brass inserts and stuff, so maybe there's
Yeah.
some internal. We'll take care of them. But there
Yeah.
was like 10 of them I know right now that I would be comfortable warranting, like selling.
Yeah. I still haven't thrown away all those skids. I wish there was a way that I could put brass inserts in a Delrin skid, but it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I think I'm with you though. I think I'll leave a small pile over here so I can be
No,
like,
you shouldn't, because you'll end up mixing them in with your other shit and stuff
oh
out.
my gosh. All right, so yeah, this year's started with a bang so far.
Yeah,
We're
it's been
human. We're human. I'm sorry.
it has been an expensive 8 days worth of mistakes for the two of us combined.
Yeah.
Definitely thrown away some money over the last 8 days.
I'm just happy to contribute to the economy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Hibby, just don't worry. We'll get you all set up, bud.
Yeah. Hibby's Flatline was one of the trucks he brought over, and finally was able to conquer Hibby Falls with. And since Hibby's in here, we'll go ahead and shout out his stuff again, just like we did at the beginning. I have rotors, lots of rotors, green,
I'll
gold,
tell you what, man. The camera just doesn't do that stuff justice.
pink, red, blue, purple, black, and winch hooks to match. No, it definitely does not do it justice.
It's like my titanium stuff. That stuff looks awesome, but on pictures it looks looks all right.
Yeah, like
But
when you
yeah,
can't really see them even in the wheels, but
I can see it. I got a trained eye though.
inside the, you kind of see it back there. They look better in hand than on camera.
Yep,
How
I
about
know that
gold?
struggle.
Gold is as close to orange as you're going to get in the ones that I've got currently. So
Gold's pretty dope.
yeah, the gold is nice. I've got gold behind in my VRD, and then I've got the purples in my class 1, and purple in my class 2. I don't think I have any others on anything. I'm gonna need some 24 scale ones, Josh. Fit on here. So Hibby, like I said, was here on Friday. He got to see my 24 scale in person, but we didn't get to drive it yet. Maybe next time.
Need some tires.
I have tires. I need wheels.
What tires did you go with?
The they're like a sticky pin, like a 68 millimeter sticky pin tire. I'd get up and go get them, but that would add to my get out of your chair count, and I'm already one ahead of you.
We got 50 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so the compounds on those, are those like as sticky as like Predator stuff, or what's sticky? I got him. Trophy time. We're waiting.
I had to
There you
find
go.
them. They're little. Like they're sticky.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty good. That passes the
Like
test. That's my
yeah,
that's my credentials right there. If I get a set of tires, I can hold them all up. It's pretty good.
yeah. JD Crawler MTs.
I
Little
approve.
little pin type tire. And they're like 68 millimeters tall. They're like 14 millimeters taller than the factory tire.
And 24 scale, that's huge.
A lot, yeah,
That's VP proportions right there, I think.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, they are. They're definitely sticky.
Nice. Again, not one to scour the tire stuff. What is 10 TRD Adventures? What were those '06 tires? What did he have? Was it last week? It looked like a Trepidor. Gonna make me
I don't know.
search it. Hey, Tim, are you there?
I mean, he has a set of treps on something.
Yeah, they look pretty good though. I was enticed by them.
Yeah,
Okay, I think Zach's right. So there were traps. There were the new pro lines.
yeah.
4.9. Do I need 4.9s? I cut all my wheel wells out to 4.75s.
Yeah.
So all right.
Toby,
So
I do not
VP's
have
got the
any
five
raw.
inches. VP's got the 5 inches. Pro lines get the 4.9s. Is this the route? Is this the new C2? Are we just gonna cater to gigantuan tires? Or are those
I
going to
don't
be the
know.
C3 cheaters?
Um,
What's the
yeah,
move?
I mean it. Yeah, it'd be a C3. Be a C3 tire.
Is there a minimum spec? Is that
It's like 4.7. It has to be larger than 4.75. I think 4.8 is your minimum or something like that.
there it is?
Got a set coming for a moon buggy build. Man, I have seen on one of the Vanquish buy sell trade pages on Facebook, there have been some really freaking cool moon buggies. Um, the two that stand out in my mind both belonged to the same person, Braxton Fricker, and like this moon buggy is badass, dude. Purple and white, like, oh,
I can see
so
it.
good, so
I can
good.
see it.
And then he's got this other one that's like a blue and gray or blue and silver. Ah, so good. But I don't want to spend the $1,600 or $1,800 that he's asking for them.
Yeah,
They're definitely,
we've
they're
both spent.
definitely, they're definitely worth every penny that he's asking. I'm not in any way or shape or form saying that he's asking too much money because they're both beautiful builds. I just don't want to spend that kind of money.
We've already wasted about $1,000 collectively.
I've wasted $1,000 on that one part, so it's probably going to be in the $900 to $1,000 range because, like I said, the part itself was $649. Then you got $100 worth of bushings. You're at $749. I got to ship it to California and back. That's probably going to be at least $50 plus whatever it costs to have it chromed. I'm assuming around $200-ish to have it chromed. So that's $1,000. Poof.
Yeah.
It's for sale, but the new We RC Rock rules don't allow an angled skid. there's not any WRC rock around me, so that's not what I really care about. And honestly, an angled skid could be corrected pretty easily. They're all metal chassis, so correcting a skid angle shouldn't be very hard. Just ordered a UC Fab Moon buggy. I talked to Gene on the phone today for a little while, actually. I'd like to order one of those too. I saw Gene or Kyle, one of the two, posted up a SCX6 in front of a Prickle chassis, and they teased licensed Jesse Haynes Moon buggy SCX6. I'd hate to see what that's going to cost, but
Speaking of buggies, did you see that the Dragon Slayer is up for sale?
Yep.
I mean, why buy the little 10 scale one? We can just get the big boy.
I mean, and they're asking a reasonable price for it too.
I thought it was pretty decent. Is that so? Has he been running that same truck all these years, or is that just
No, I think they've got a couple, but regardless, even if he has been running it for 5 or 6 years, it's
tried and true?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool, not just because it performs, but that's a pretty iconic KOH truck. You take that thing anywhere, and people are gonna lose their brains. They're like, I've seen pictures of that. It'd be cool.
Do you follow Shannon Campbell on Instagram?
I think
You have to keep an eye on his stories, but like he's building the car for a customer and he's building the car for himself for Hammers, and like the amount of time this man spends building tiny little brackets to hold hoses down, or little tabs to zip tie shit to, or welding nuts to the backside of a panel so that he can just bolt stuff on instead of having to use a wrench and another tool. Like the amount of time he spends building these little pieces is absolutely astonishing, but it's all those little details that make future servicing on the thing a million times easier.
That, and just like a hose rubbing on something for the duration of a race could ruin your race for you, and you're like, wow, this power steering hose rubbed through and that killed the race for me.
Yeah. His stories are legit for sure. And if you're not into race cars and you're into blondes, his new wife, he's not afraid to her off of there either. So, that is what it is. So go follow Shannon Campbell on Instagram and keep an eye on his story.
For brackets.
For brackets and hoses and throttle cables and brake pedals.
Duly noted.
And airbags.
It's funny that airbags, they don't use air anymore. They're like a
like a fluid
base. Yeah. Latest technology. Technology's crazy, man.
Yeah. Pretty wild. So I'm looking forward to King of the Hammers. I'm looking more forward to getting away for a few days.
For more than 8 days.
Like I said, I was only supposed to be gone for 4 days. Realistically, only 3 days at King of the Hammers, but now it's going to be like 9 or 10 days.
That's how long I lasted out in the wild.
Yeah. I got to make sure I got all my poop in a group around here before I shut it down 10 days.
He has a sign out front that says, "Bums, go on, get."
Yeah. I'll have to back something up in front of the door. Park the Jeep in the shop and back it up against the door so nobody can even get in the door if they have to. Park the Jeep sideways across both doors, or my truck.
Get creative.
Yeah. It's got an alarm, glass brake sensors. The police department's 3 minutes down the road. I'm not worried about it, but just super weird, man. Like, I can't believe that dude was just standing there, like,
People are freaking weird, dude.
just staring at me with his hands on. Like, are you going to come to the door? No, bro, I'm not coming to the door. It's damn
I
9
live
o'clock at
here.
night.
I'm watching videos.
Wild bums, dude. I keep looking out there to make sure that he's not just mulling around or somebody else out there.
That's weird, man. I don't know.
Could you
That's
hear
weird.
him on the bike or no?
Yeah. Something he had 4-wheelers or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah. Oh, looks like you got a CNC machine back there. I used to be a
Oh
machinist.
my
Get
gosh.
out of here. Get out of here, bud.
You've already seen too much. You
Yeah.
have to take you out back.
Yeah, there's a backhoe in the barn out back. You want to see that too? People are wild. Are you driving at KOH? No, I am not going to be participating this year. I am not in the passenger seat or the driver's seat this year. I will be in the pits.
You didn't want to be in a 14-hour dryer machine.
Well, if you're good, you finish in about 3.5. But the side by side we built, it's a single seat, and there's like roll cage bars that go down into the passenger seat area. So that one is a non-passenger vehicle. It has a lot of fuel cell, so that he should not have to stop for fuel at all. Hopefully, he doesn't have to stop for anything, including winching, because he will have to do it himself.
Sounds
And
like a good
then
time.
and then Sean in the 4800 car, one of our buddies that rides co-pilot in 4400 is going to ride with Sean in 4800 and use the same GPS unit, the same Garmin, with all the same course notes and everything. So that co-driver will have a lot of time pre-running and in Sean's car before he gets in the 4400 car. So he should know what's going on. So hopefully I can just stand in the pits and watch him go by.
I don't know.
It's one of those things where you either stand there and watch them go by, or it turns into a shit show real fast. Like, because you never have the part or the tool you need at the pit, and then you're
Sure.
rushing back to the main pit or your trailer to get the tools and parts, and then rushing back out.
Do you ever think KOH will be like the Dakar, and you'll have a support vehicle following? A huge, big ass semi truck getting up Chocolate Thunder.
No, I don't think so. Well, and like, there's 3 different pit areas: remote pit 1, main pit, and remote pit 2. And traditionally, you go through remote pit 1 twice on lap 1, and you're going basically back out to remote pit 1 on lap 2. So you drive through remote pit 1. Traditionally, last year it was different, but traditionally you drive through remote pit 1, finish your lap, go back through remote pit 1, go back to the start finish line at main pit, basically drive back to remote pit 1, but make a turn and go out into the desert from there, and then go past remote pit 2 twice, and then back to main. So there's plenty of opportunities to get to a pit. Last year, they moved where remote pit 1 is, so you didn't drive back through it. You only went past it once. which changed up some people's strategies a little bit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there's plenty of opportunity to get your shit fixed. If I get out there, I'll try to find you and say hi. Yeah, do that. I don't remember what our address is out there. It's like 120 something Buggy Whips. Look for the gigantic Puff the Magic Dragon, the purple dragon on top of a trailer, and that'll be our compound. There's see either a big giant inflatable Puff the Magic Dragon and or a gigantic inflatable Crown Royal. You can't miss them. They're gigantic on top of a stacker trailer. So if you can't find us, it's because you weren't looking up. I'll see if I can find a picture from last year. You can kind of get an idea of the size of the inflatable, considering those are
pretty easy to find, I think.
Yeah, those are double height trailers, and the Dragon is taller than that, so pretty simple. Chainsaw, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
I'm gonna tap out and see what's going on out there. There sounded like a shopping cart ripping across. I don't know what anarchy is going on out here. I just thought I don't have the truck parked in the garage.
Wesley's got a windstorm going on down there, so he's worried about his truck. What else you guys want to talk about? We got about half hour left. Let's get some suggestions going in the chat here. I can only keep myself talking and busy for so long before I need suggestions. I think I can find that. If you can't, like I said, if you can't find that, you're not looking very hard.
Oh, we're good. I don't see any shopping carts around my truck. This is the oddest sounds. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe there's a bum outside your apartment.
He's setting up a ladder to look up in my second story window.
Yeah. Stacking carts up.
Yeah. There's a bunch of Target carts.
Yeah. Got any merch coming? I do. I ordered shirts. That was a handful of weeks ago I ordered shirts, but reasonable quantities do take a little bit of time, so I don't have an ETA on them, but
let me know what designs, so I could use some new shirts.
It was the Yoda, that one.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
I wasn't going to tell anybody that until they came, but now 41 people know.
Yeah, or the few who will sit around an hour and a half into our live.
Yeah.
So I've almost thought about getting some recording equipment and do like what if we recorded this as like a podcast and put it on like Spotify? Because I listen to this while I drive. Or not.
I mean, I think we can just save it and do that because it records the whole thing. So.
Okay. Maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. Who'd listen to this? Who drives a lot? I mean, I listened to too many podcasts on my trip the other week. I only listen to actual music when I ran out of service.
I can honestly say that I don't listen to podcasts very often. I am more likely to turn on either a movie or a long YouTube video and just put my phone down and listen than I am to find a podcast.
Huh. movie.
A movie, yes, a digital
Frozen.
film. I do have a 7-year-old, so
That is
there are
funny.
times we watch Toy Story or Cars. So
I can see it. Yeah, using the kid as your. I get it.
man, Moana's good. Got Dwayne the Rock Johnson in that sumbitch.
Yeah.
What's a good trans setup for my high-low? I've got F10 portals. I'm going to toss at it as well. A deluxe portal trans. That's what I would use.
Freaking Tim Weiss over there. He's got just headers.
Yeah, straight pipe 6-liter.
Call that a foot warmer. Just dumps at the floorboard.
Yeah, Pilot Ryan says you can download after as an MP4. Yeah, like I said, this program records the entire thing, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Nice. Yeah, might look into it. I don't know.
Yeah, so Zach replied, if you're comping for Sorka points, EXO has a decently light trans, the Alpinist. I haven't used it myself, but I know a lot of people do. Deluxe has a super light trans, but with F10s, I would get something with overdrive options built in, like the 2.low. The problem with a 2-low in a high-low is there is not a whole lot of room for a largish motor. You're relegated to a
Revolver.
Puller 400 or a revolver of some kind. To be able to clear where the rear upper links mount or your front upper link, depending on how you rotate the transmission around. And you're also, stuck. There's not a whole lot of side-to-side adjustability with the 2.low in the high-low, just because of the shape of the chassis. But Zach already knew that because he's got a bunch of high-lows and mullets. So, but you're not going to get a fusion motor in there, that's for sure.
Yeah, the common question.
Yeah. Bobby says he's running the EXO in his high-low, and it has built-in overdrive. It does. It does. You can also do the underdrive gears for the F10 portal from Vanquish also, so you can change the rear axle ratio to get a little bit more overdrive. I was looking at the X transmission the other day on their website. I just didn't. I saw an update post where he had said that they were back in stock, so I clicked on the website to see what all they had going on, but I didn't buy one. I also saw EXO post that they have a patent pending adjustable width hub. It basically is just like the Lattice Innovations shift hubs that I run. Basically, you have like a hub backing plate that either is hex drive or pin drive with the Lattice Innovations ones anyway. And then there's a whole pattern on it, and you can stack different thicknesses of spacer to space your hub width. So you're not buying a bunch of different SLW hubs. But it looks like they might have gotten pending patent approval on their own, and I'm sure Lattice Innovations did not do that. So we'll see what happens there.
I don't ever personally, once I get a fit and finish on one of my trucks, I never mess with the hubs anymore.
No, I don't either. I don't either, but if you change your wheel setup to, from a Vanquish wheel to a shift wheel, then you gotta change your hubs, and maybe you don't know what width hubs you need, so.
Yeah. I've just seen so many hubs throughout the years, and I'm like, they pop up, and they just like fade away. I don't know.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the
I always
instant
end up
offset
with the
stuff. I don't know.
yeah. I always end up with the Vanquish hubs and call it a day. I just wish they used metric hardware.
Um, yeah, so I have a set of Hibby rotors, but I have misplaced my standard hex tools, so now I gotta order some.
Cool.
I think on my
If you
last move, I think I'm
yeah. If you had to use a Holmes revolver stubby in Class 1 with F10 portals, what KV would you use? I typically don't run revolvers. So I would have to make that decision based on, well, you said Class 1, so your smaller tires.
I'll go look at the jelly bean. Whatever the jelly bean has, you want higher KV because I don't have the most wheel speed out of that. I'm getting up.
I'm jumping on Holmes' site here real quick. I would say probably 2200. I've got an 1800 revolver, and sometimes I wish it was a little faster, but I also run 4S usually. So if you're running 3S, I would say 2200.
Yeah, so I just checked. This is 1400. Um, I can watch. I can barely notice the tire turn, but my high speed sucks. But I run 3S, so I would do exactly what Brett just said. Maybe a 2200
Yeah.
for comp, but for trail, this thing's awesome. I like it. I can. It looks like I'm an old school fan of like the Marlin Crawler, like double and triple T case trucks. So I have a video to where it looks like it's in slow motion, but the tire is just barely moving, and I can read the font on the can as it
Yeah.
rotates around. It's super cool, but maybe for like a competition setup, you definitely want something with a little more sauce.
Yeah. I typically run the Polar 400 and a 13XX on 4S in all my comp trucks. Usually brushless any truck, just personally. Zach says 15 tooth pinion Exo Alpinist with over and under portal gears in the rear. Overdrive front port and underdrive in the rear. Oh man, what else you guys got tonight? We got about 20 more minutes left. I'm getting tired, running out of gas.
Oh yeah, High Desert wants to see that 24 skill again.
It's coming along. It's a very, very forward skid, custom links, stretched wheelbase. I think I'm going to have to lengthen the rear drive shaft. It's got some aftermarket steel drive shafts in it, and I'm like maybe a 1/4 inch of engagement on the slip.
How much
I
torque
don't,
is really going through that thing?
not much,
Because it's
but
worm drive, right?
yeah, like I can't get it to pop out by hand. Like even like pulling on it, I can't get it to pop out by hand. But I think it'll probably pop out at the worst time.
That's usually how it goes.
Both sides are, attached to their respective input or output on the trans or the axles. So it's not like I would lose a piece if it came off. It's not like a 3-piece drive shaft where you lose the center slider like a SCX10 or whatever, but it'll probably come apart.
Speaking of worm drive, were you ever part of the small crew who would mess with the low sea night crawlers.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ran a 3S through one of those. I melted the housing, and then the worm gear would pull off the.
Yep. Yep.
Good times.
Have you thought about making skids to accommodate other transmissions like the Alpinist? Exo did not take into account that the Pro Skid fits every other transmission on the market except theirs when they made their transmission. So, no, I have not. I've never used an Exo transmission though, so I don't know what the bolt pins are or anything like that. So until I get one in hand and can move it around, not really.
Yeah. I don't need anything fancy. I'll just run that deluxe trans, and then I'll do my overdrive from the straight and portal axle in the back.
Yeah. Any good direct power servos out there besides the one from Reefs or identical version from AGFRC? If you can find a Holmes one somewhere, I would recommend that. But Holmes doesn't have any of his servos on his website.
I gave mine to Jason to be repaired.
Yeah. I don't know what the status of servos from Holmes is currently, but I'd recommend that. I'd like to use the 400 in a carbon with your flatline, but my forward motor setups will not allow for the 400 length. What forward motor setup do you have? Because unless you're talking about the stubby, if you got the stubby, no, it won't fit. But I've got a 400 in this. You can't see it at all, but it's in there.
Toby's right. Shifts does have that, because I have one of the direct power shifts. So Toby's right. Is it in this truck? Oh, yeah. It is the X2, the Shifts X2 that is direct power. I think we covered that maybe not last week, but the week before.
Yeah.
I've had good luck with that. I think
Yeah.
it spins 362, so you have like infinite endpoints. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. I love my Holmes, but need a second. Plus, my Holmes is too talkative. The SHV 500 is talkative. The 650 was not. I've got a 650 in this, and it's nice and quiet. Custom one, the original battery goes where the motor would be. Oh. So you're doing a forward motor setup. Makes sense. Three Brothers has direct power servos. I have not used any of the Three Brothers stuff either. I've pretty much once I started running comp stuff, I ran Holmes servos and I haven't looked back.
I'm not brand biased. Send them to me. I'll run them. And I'll run them. We'll see what survives.
1/10 has them. 1/10 has direct power servos.
Yeah, I run one of those. I haven't had any issues. That's what I ran in the not the Jelly Bean, but the other truck. What did I deem that? Do you know what? Shorty? I don't know. But that's what I ran at Crawlapalooza.
Ah, gotcha. I think I have that file saved as like modded Jelly Bean.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been running that one for about a year. I haven't had any issues. No
Yeah.
brownouts or anything odd. Gary's a cool guy.
I missed the speed of the 500. 650 is nice, just a little slower. Yeah, I've got a 500. Yeah, I've got a 500 in my Class 1 truck. And yeah, it is faster. Just a little bit. So again, just before we get out of here in the next 15 minutes, we did update some inventories, some aluminum stuff.
I've been
We
on it.
put angled sliders and flat sliders, and C1 Pro leafers on the site. What else? There was something else. Linked mullets. That's what it was.
Yes, linked mullets.
3 T and 2-point low trays.
I knocked those out, so those are gonna go through the tumbler. I'll be shipping those Wednesday. They can. I mean, nah, I'm gonna tumble them.
I've got headlights out front again.
He's back.
Shift X2 says it can only handle 3S, no 4S. That's a no sell for me then, because I run 4S in everything. Absolutely. Except for this. But if I could run 4S in this, I probably would. Although I haven't ran this yet, so there's still time. Home stubby revolver clears the F10 straights by a 16th with link changes. Interesting. So I assume you're running chassis mounted servo. I could see you getting a stubby revolver in there. Not getting a regular revolver in there, though, that's for sure. You look like you're about to fall asleep. You all right?
No, I'm watching the lag on the feed on my computer. I have to keep refreshing it, actually.
That's what it is. It's going to be a few seconds behind anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yes, 4S everything. That's why you keep missing these comments that put on the screen is because you're staring at the computer, not at the actual live that we're both live on.
Yeah, well, I had the monitor like off to the side, so I would be like this normally, but now I guess yeah, if I'm looking down, it just looks like I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I have to get on the Josh program and put like a monitor off to the side, but up high.
Yeah. Man,
I'll just
what
sit
are
like
these?
this, read the comments. It look like I'm sleeping.
What are these weirdos doing, dude? Let me see my cameras. Front window. Yes, custom and K spacers going forward. Cool. That's definitely awesome. Oh, of course. They're one parking spot over from my camera, so I can't see.
Nice.
Cool. Just perfectly blinding the camera, too. Let's make sure that dude's not out back. I don't see anybody out there. get up and look, I dare you. No, Wesley got up. How many times did you get up? 2 or 3?
I think I counted once.
I think you got up twice because you went and got the jelly bean. So
And
I think
then
we're
I
tied.
checked to make sure there wasn't like a shopping cart. I don't know what that sound was.
Yeah. Well, I
think I'm at
actually
3
had
or
a
4.
I actually had a weirdo at the door, so I don't think that one counts as me getting up.
Yeah, that's like borderline home invasion.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely interesting. Are you guys going to any big comps this year? I plan on going to Crawlapalooza again. If Rocky Mountain Regionals happens and it's not in June or July, I will go to that. But if it's in June or July, ain't gonna make it.
I'm tossing around ECC.
I don't think I'll be able to make ECC because I'm gone 2 weeks before it and 2 weeks after it. So it just, I don't know. And it's a long drive. It's 12 hours away.
I say it's 14 for me. Now,
So
on the other hand, RMRC is 16.
yeah, that's Rocky Mountain is 14 for me. I've been to ECC and I went to nationals when it was in Alabama. It was a good time.
Yeah, Cherokee Rock Village is cool.
Yeah. It's 811, isn't it? Call before you dig. It's 811.
Someone dial 611, see what happens.
Yeah. So the trick is you have them locate the gas lines, and then you bury things underneath the gas lines because nobody's going to dig that shit back up. Promise. I will be at Badlands Axial Fest. That's 2.5 hours from me. So I will be there for that. That's another event where I'll be there. I'll be at Badlands 2 weeks before Axial Fest for Ultra 4, and then come home and then go back a week and a half later for Axial Fest. So I'll be spending quite a bit of time at Badlands this summer. Went to ECC last year. Good time. Colorado comp happened during my 15-day Army training last year, so I could not go. I did not go to ECC last year because they ran 2022 rules.
That's what it was.
Yep.
I knew there was something odd.
Yeah, the 2023 rules came out 6 months before their event, and they decided to run 2022 rules instead.
Whereas RMRC, I think, was the only Sorka-based event of last year.
Super Shafty Fall Crawl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah, there was really, I think, only 2 major comps that were 23 base rules. There's a lot of local clubs and stuff that
Right.
were all running the new rules, but otherwise, I think there was only like those 2 big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, my list of events this year, tentatively, is Axial Fest Badlands, potentially Rocky Mountain, definitely Crawlapalooza. I would like to get out to like Pearline by the Fire, but I don't know if I can make it happen. I would also like to get out west to one of the like Cougar Buttes comps, or I'd like to get to like West Desert Wheelers area and Sand Hollow or Moab and play out there. Not for a comp, just to play.
Yeah. Let me know if you go. I'll bring the mountain bike, RCs. I won't bring the gang.
Yeah. I would only bring RC cars and my Jeep. I was planning on going to Badlands. Looks like fun. It's definitely a good time. The only thing about Axial Fest is it can be difficult to get your comp trucks through tech if they're not really axial based. But if you pay to enter the park, if you pay to enter Badlands, you can just take your RC cars into the park anywhere you want, and there's plenty of non-roped off Axial Fest stuff. There's a lot of the rock quarry that's not roped off. Axial Fest kind of ropes off their area of the rock quarry. They only use about less than half of the quarry. So there's a lot of other rock and there's a lot of other climbs. So if you pay to enter the park and you just go down in the rock quarry and play with the RC cars, and you can run your comp trucks however you want. Realistically, nobody has ever checked. Nobody's ever stopped me on course to make sure I had a tech sticker on my trucks. So, I mean, as long as you don't just go howling at the moon that you're driving an illegal truck.
So Toby says 611 is AT&T.
Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure it's 811. But yeah.
As far as 2025 Nationals in Moab, I just want to know where and when. Because I drove through Moab during Easter Jeep Safari or whatever. You couldn't even park on the street. That place looked like Walmart parking lot on Black Friday, dude. So I'm assuming they got their stuff figured out, but
I mean, it doesn't have to be one of the big name trails,
I could see some public land west of town. There's plenty out there. But as far as like downtown or like the fins and things area, I don't see it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Zach said it's a 6-month approval process, and they don't accept applications until April.
And then,
I mean, I would be fine. I'd be fine with Moab in October. I mean,
yeah.
You might. Yeah, I mean, it's probably still plenty warm there in October.
I know it'll be plenty warm. So another thing is zero shade.
Yep.
I'd probably be one for Sand Hollow, man.
That'd be one I'd probably drive the toter and stacker and set up the canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hoping for April-ish 25. I mean, I'm down for that too. I wish it would be April this year, but I guess even that would have been a reasonable stretch for me to get to also, just because of other schedule stuff, but I would have made it happen.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out when they can finally get the approval or whatnot.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool. I just hope it's like well planned out. I'm like a stickler for it. I can sniff out the half-assery.
Yeah. So. Well, we got about 30 seconds here before we've been on for 2 hours. It's rolling right up on 10 o'clock here Eastern time. I've been here since 7:15 this morning. I'm ready to go home and take a shower and fall into my bed. My kid went back to school today after Christmas break, so he was kind of a hellion.
Christmas break now?
2 weeks.
Okay, I think locally they're talking like 3 weeks.
Huh.
Like,
Yeah, he was off for
must be
2 whole
nice.
weeks.
Those
So
2
today,
weeks were the best back in the day.
yeah, his sleep patterns got pretty well jacked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the last couple nights we were making him go to bed early, get up on time like normal. So this morning was actually went pretty smooth. So I'm hoping that he cooperated with my wife at home tonight and didn't give her any shit.
You've lucked out, is
So
what you're saying, possibly.
yeah, yeah, I'm hoping he wasn't an alien tonight. So
Cool.
anyway, been a good show. We'll be back on next Monday. Keep an eye on the website for inventory and join the fan page on Facebook. That's usually where we post up stuff first. So
Yeah, give us like thumbs ups too on this if you're so
yeah,
inclined. I mean, we do kind of like BS for like an hour and a half, but that's how it goes.
that's what this whole thing's for. So
Yeah.
all right, everybody, I'm getting out of here. Have a good night, and we will talk at you next week.
See you later.
Later.